This is an aerial view of one of the largest man-made disasters in the world, an ongoing catastrophe that has been ripping apart the very fabric of our planet. What you're looking at here is not just a scar on the face of the Earth. It is the result of greed and exploitation. It's the devastation left behind by the relentless pursuit of gold. This is the Amazon rainforest, and this is how gold mining is destroying it. But wait, before you click away thinking this won't affect you, let me ask you this. Where do you think all that gold comes from? From mines like these, hidden deep within the heart of the Amazon. But how do these mines operate? And who are the people behind this destruction? And most importantly, why should you care? Well, that's what we'll be discussing today. So stay tuned and let's get started. The Amazon rainforest is often referred to as the lungs of our planet for its vital role in producing 20% of the world's oxygen. It is also home to more than half of all animal and plant species in the world. However, in recent decades, the Amazon has faced a growing threat due to illegal gold mining activities which have led to widespread deforestation, soil erosion, water pollution, and climate change. The impact of these activities on the delicate balance of the ecosystem and the lives of indigenous communities is a pressing concern. In the past, gold mining in the Amazon was primarily conducted by large, multinational corporations with significant financial resources and advanced technology. However, in recent years, small-scale miners have increasingly involved in the extraction of gold in the region. These miners operate on a much smaller scale and with far less resources than their corporate counterparts. They use rudimentary tools and techniques to extract gold, and often work in remote areas of the rainforest that are difficult to access. Despite their small size, these artisanal or small-scale gold mines collectively have a significant impact on the environment. The allure of gold has driven people to venture into the Amazon. Since the 16th century, when the Spanish began exploring the region, for centuries, the indigenous people had mined gold using basic methods such as panning and however, it was until modern technology allowed for more efficient extraction techniques that the true scale of wealth hidden beneath the rainforest was realized. One of the earliest significant discoveries of gold in the Amazon occurred in 1870, when prospectors found rich deposits along the banks of the Rio de la Madeira in Bolivia. This sparked a rush of activity as thousands of miners descended upon the area hoping to strike it rich. During this time, the Brazilian government granted concessions to several British and Belgian companies to exploit the gold deposits. One of the most notable was the Bolivian Gold and Silver Mining Company, which operated in the eastern part of the country, around the town of Rio. These early mining operations had a profound impact on the local environment and indigenous communities. Miners used mercury to extract gold from the ore, which contaminated the surrounding soil and waterways. Additionally, the introduction of firearms and alcohol to the region had devastating consequences for local populations. Despite these challenges, gold mining continued to be a significant economic activity in the Amazon throughout the 20th century. In recent decades, however, the focus has shifted to alluvial gold deposits, which are found in riverbeds and other surface sources. Artisanal miners use a variety of techniques to extract alluvial gold, including panning, dredging, and using mercury to separate the precious metal from the surrounding materials. While these methods are more labor-intensive than traditional mining, they allow miners to access gold deposits that were previously out of reach. In Brazil, the main gold mining areas are located in the states of Paraíba, Goiás, and Mato Grosso, where vast open-pit mines dominate the landscape. These mines are owned by large multinational corporations such as Yamana Gold and Belo Sun, which use advanced technologies and heavy machinery to extract gold from the earth. The process of gold mining in the Amazon begins with the exploration phase, during which geologists and prospectors search for gold deposits using various techniques such as geological mapping, soil sampling, and aerial survey. Once a promising site is identified, a mining company will obtain the necessary permits and licenses to begin operations. The next phase involves the extraction of the gold from the earth. This can be done through two main methods: open-pit mining and underground mining. Open-pit mining is the most common method used in the Amazon, where large machines such as excavators and dump trucks are used to dig huge holes in the ground and remove the overburden, which is the layer of soil and rock above the gold deposit. The gold-bearing material, known as the ore, is then processed to extract the precious metal. Underground mining is used when gold deposits are found at depths below the surface. In this method, miners dig tunnels and shafts to access the ore, which is then transported to the surface for processing. The processing of gold ore involves a series of complex chemical reactions and physical processes to separate the gold from the surrounding materials. The ore is crushed and ground into a fine powder, which is then mixed with chemicals to dissolve the gold. The remaining materials are filtered out, leaving behind a solution that contains the gold. The gold is then precipitated out of the solution and collected for further processing. Now that we know how gold mining works, let's talk about the damage it does to the Amazon. Deforestation caused by gold mining in the Amazon has significant consequences for biodiversity, climate change, and the livelihoods of local communities. When forests are cleared for mining operations, habitats are destroyed and species lose their homes, leading to a decline in biodiversity. Additionally, the chemicals and waste products used in gold mining can contaminate the soil and water sources, affecting both wildlife and humans alike. The removal of trees also disrupts the water cycle, leading to changes in rainfall patterns and increased drought frequency, contributing to climate change. Moreover, deforestation for gold mining often occurs on land traditionally inhabited by indigenous communities who rely on the forest for their cultural and economic survival. In terms of land use change, the direct conversion of forest land to mine sites for gold extraction has contributed to deforestation rates in the Amazon basin. Between 2000 and 2080, approximately 40,000 square kilometers of forest were lost directly to gold mining operations. This represents a significant portion of the total deforestation in the region over that period. As mentioned earlier, gold mining activities often involve the use of mercury, which is highly toxic to humans and other living organisms. Mercury can contaminate water sources and soil, leading to health problems such as neurological disorders and kidney damage. Studies have shown that artisanal gold miners who work in areas where mercury is used have high levels of the metal in their bodies, indicating potential health risks. Soil erosion is another major issue associated with gold mining in the Amazon. The clearing of vegetation and the construction of mining infrastructure, such as roads and waste dumps, can leave the soil vulnerable to erosion by wind and water. This can lead to the loss of fertile topsoil and the sedimentation of nearby water bodies, affecting aquatic ecosystems. Water pollution is a significant concern as gold mining operations produce a range of waste products that can contaminate water sources. Tailings, which are the leftover materials after gold extraction, contain heavy metals and other chemicals that can leach into groundwater and surface water. Additionally, mining activities can alter the flow of water in rivers and streams, impacting aquatic habitats and water availability for both humans and wildlife. To mitigate these environmental impacts, there have been efforts to promote sustainable gold mining practices in the Amazon. This includes encouraging the use of environmentally friendly extraction methods, reducing mercury use, and improving waste management. However, the scale of gold mining activities and the remoteness of some mining areas make it challenging to implement and monitor sustainable practices effectively. The socio-economic impacts of gold mining on indigenous communities in the Amazon are complex and multifaceted. On one hand, mining provides employment opportunities and income for local residents, particularly in areas where economic prospects are limited. The gold mining industry in the Amazon supports thousands of jobs, both directly in mining operations and indirectly in related industries such as transportation and small businesses. This is especially significant in remote communities where job opportunities are scarce. Additionally, gold mining can bring much-needed infrastructure and services to these areas, such as roads, schools, and healthcare facilities. However, the benefits of gold mining do not come without significant social and environmental costs. Indigenous communities often bear the brunt of these costs, as mining activities can result in the displacement of local populations, the loss of traditional lands, and the disruption of cultural practices. Furthermore, the presence of mining operations can lead to social problems such as increased crime, the introduction of drugs and alcohol, and the breakdown of traditional social structures. It is important to acknowledge that the impacts of gold mining vary widely depending on factors such as the scale of mining activities, the practices employed, and the level of government regulation and community involvement. Some mining operations have made efforts to engage with local communities, providing training and employment opportunities, while implementing measures to minimize environmental impacts. However, illegal and unregulated mining activities continue to be a problem in the Amazon, resulting in severe environmental degradation and human rights violations. Addressing the social and economic challenges associated with gold mining in the Amazon requires a multi-pronged approach that involves government policies, corporate responsibility, and international cooperation. Promoting sustainable mining practices, investing in community development, and protecting the rights of indigenous peoples are crucial steps toward mitigating the negative impacts of gold mining and ensuring that the benefits of economic growth are shared by all members of society. And that's it for today. Let us know what you think about gold mining in the Amazon. Is it worth the cost to society and the environment? Or should we find other ways to meet our demand for gold? Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.